Welcome back to another video. It's me, Jay from KJ Reacts, and today I am back with the Indonesian girl group No Nah. Today we are spending 24 hours with them in LA. I promise y'all the next time we spend 24 hours with No Nah, it's going to be in person for a live stream or a YouTube video. I mark my words, and subscribe to this channel. But let's just learn more about them. Let's enjoy who they are, because I believe they're paving the way for these new artists, and there's a new blueprint of how to be successful idol. Stay tuned, subscribe, let's get into it.
For Nona, come spend 24 hours with
Nona.
us. Let's head into 88 Studio. Let's go.
It's No Nah. Y'all let me say No Nah.
This group has worked together before, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, on all the music so far?
A lot of it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so this is kind of like the consistent crew.
Got it.
Okay.
I mean, everybody has made songs with the girls that are coming up. It's
88
like-
Rising. 88 Rising. I swear, was it Brockhampton? Is Brockhampton part of 88 Rising? I want to say also Rich Brian. Isn't that something he's a part of too? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a big label. And there's a lot of great artists that is out there, and they have a lot of freedom in what they create too. You know, I'm not too familiar with this label, but I do know it's a very popular label, you know, out there in LA. So it's cool to know that this group is coming up from that label. And it seems like this label really be showing love to their artists too. They really be pushing and promoting and doing a phenomenal job making music as soon as a group debuts. Like, shout out to them.
They only have one song out, so. But,
Coming soon.
hey, this is kind of fire, actually.
Do you usually wait to find a beat before you start writing? Or sometimes, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Feel the vibe.
And
Gotta
then
feel
you
the
see what
vibe.
fits that?
Feel the
Nice.
vibe.
Violet comes up with the best melodies,
That's a good string.
and I
She makes the best lyrics.
Oh, that's
Okay.
so fire, bro.
Not the best.
Not the best.
Yeah, the best.
So the key is these like lead bass lines that he does. He's insane with this stuff.
Insane.
It kind of drives everything, right?
As soon as it's the last
It leads us. Should we start coming up with the melodies? Let's do it.
I like how we started it.
What did you say?
Got you.
Got you in my glass. Got you in my. Got you in my.
Got you in
bowl,
my-
Got you in my face.
What's Black Magic Key?
Caught you in a lie. Caught you in a lie, love. Time to say goodbye.
Okay, girl.
Off the Domer. Off the Dimmer Dome.
Give me all you got. Can't tear us apart. Loved it from the start. By now you've been caught in a web of lies. Time to say bye-bye.
One more time.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Give me all you got.
They can sing like for real, for real.
Can't tear us apart. Loved it from the start. Boy, now you've been caught in a web of lies. Time to say bye-bye.
I think that's
They know
fire.
they hard.
Section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Section. B or a post?
Post.
Post section.
Just like after that, you know, like.
I'm near the creature of the night. So poisonous. Yeah. So venomous.
Nah, I swear this group, it seems like they're probably one of the easiest groups to work in. It looked like they went to, you feel me, the studio, got to work, already made a hit, you know? So I feel like, one, to be able to be a group that can get into the studio and you know you're going to make a hit each and every time, you're making money. The label's going to love you for that, because for one, you make their job easy. Two, you make them money. And three, like, you know, they can continue to push you out and just, you know that you're going to come in and do what you got to do and then, you know, get sent off. You know, go do your thing. Have fun. Enjoy your life type stuff. And it seems like they have a solid group around them, too. That just kind of bounces off each other. You feel me? The chemistry with this team that they have seems like they're just one brain, you know, all connected and all just coming up with ideas. And then these girls right here, just hearing them sing, just a cappella, straight vocals. They can really sing. They have talent. They have skill. Even the high note, you feel me? Like, was just so nonchalant. You know, that's probably why they're No Nah. You feel me? They know nonchalant type stuff. You feel me?
Afraid to fight.
so me.
The first
so.
one is we're so poisonous, and then you can say
We're so venomous.
Yep.
three.
Just come in at 3.
I feel the creature of the night, so poisonous, so venomous. But I know we ain't afraid to fight, so poisonous, we're so venomous.
We forgot the we. We're so venomous.
So poisonous, we're so venomous.
Maybe.
Okay.
Look at everybody's just like, oh yeah, we got us.
I fear the creature of the night, so poisonous, so venomous. But I know we ain't afraid to fight, so poisonous, we're so venomous.
That's the
That easy. That easy.
Everybody.
That easy.
Wow. I did it.
Go team.
You got a matcha nigga.
Go team.
You got a matcha
And then you're
nigga.
back at it. We're back at it. We're done writing,
You live in a blissful life.
and we hungry.
We really
So now it's time.
for me to cook.
The chef.
We've been cooking.
I'm ready.
Now we
She's a
actually
chef.
cook real food.
Like real
For
cooking.
reals.
They be cooking in the studio and they cook outside the studio. Look at you, feel me? They top chefs, you know. Steph Curry got nothing on him.
Oh, you're the master of the kitchen here. I'm not taking
Hold
over.
on. Okay, cooking in the Indonesian feast. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know much about Indonesian feast, but I see top ramen. All I'm saying is like, you can't put on that chef hat and then you go put it in the microwave. You feel me? Some cooked top ramen. You know, like I could do that. You know, I don't need no license for that. I can go and cook some top ramen. That's easy. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. One time I did burn a cup of noodles. It was when I was a kid. Look, I didn't know you need to put water in it. I thought you put it in the microwave and somehow, you feel me, the moisture from inside the microwave was going to seep into my noodles and cook. But it didn't happen. It burnt and my whole house was kind of smoky. And my mom was like, boy, you stupid. And I was like, Mom, you're right. But I'm your son. Type stuff, you feel me? Like, I got to get it from somewhere, you know? But I hope they show more of what they can do, because, like, just some top ramen.
Actually, usually I don't like anyone in my kitchen,
Yeah.
especially them.
Yeah.
We're actually doing gourmet miso because we have
You can see
lobsters, we have shrimp, sorry,
Okay.
we have satay.
Okay.
You know what satay means?
Looks like chicken.
It's
Satay,
chicken
skewer,
skewers.
chicken skewer.
You know, skewers is. It's just chicken on a stick.
And then we have vegetables, which
Assorted
I
vegetables.
don't like that.
We
but
need veggies.
she always wants veggies. 1, 2.
They making.
It's gonna be. Let's put it in. I'm there. Shasta.
They making like an Indonesian gumbo.
Water in the kitchen, you guys.
I didn't come here. No, here.
Indonesian gumbo. Look delicious. I'm all in.
Okay, I'm gonna ask
Yes.
while you are doing all of this. So you said you've all known each other for 3 years now?
Yeah.
Okay. Take me to the moment you first met. Do you remember
Good
it?
question.
We
was
met
Thank you, Emily.
You two met first.
Yeah.
No,
No, the 3 of
The
us.
3 of you. Oh,
Sorry. We didn't want her in it. I'm kidding.
Okay, so how did you 3 meet and where?
In Jakarta.
Okay.
And then
For the HITC festival.
yeah,
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
we were invited, and so that's how we met.
What's that
And
flying over there?
then this is how we met. Bella, let's.
Were they like so? But my question is like, were they like solo artists already, and then they met those 3 years, or were they invited for something else, and then they met during that time, and then was like, you know what, I can sing a little bit. You feel me? And she's like, you know, I can hit a few high notes, and then they made a group, or I wonder like, I understand how they met, but how did they come about becoming a group, forming? You know, that's more what I'm looking for too.
So how did you get to know each other? Were you first like, let's focus on becoming friends, or let's just focus on making sure we can sing well together?
Come on.
That part.
I think that and the fact that, I don't know, Indonesians are like
Close.
pretty easygoing.
Yeah,
and
friendly.
chill.
And it was so easy for us to get along.
Yeah.
Even
that's
the
great.
first time that we met, we didn't have to try too hard to like each other.
Easy.
Amazing.
Thankfully. I actually like these people. Anyways, this is done.
Done?
Yeah, so fast.
Great.
How y'all like y'all noodles though? I like them a little crunchy, just a little bit.
Yeah, just
I like to straight.
Because we don't have a big,
Look
we don't have a big strainer right now.
Yeah.
So this is all the spices that were dropped into
Noodles.
the pot.
Ready? 1, 2.
That's That's a lot of. There can't be
Oh
for
my
one
god,
person.
it smells so good. Okay, one more serious question as
Yes.
you're serving. So,
It's funny.
well, okay, it's like a bigger question because 88 holds a lot of weight as a name here, and I'm sure even more so for you, especially
Big
with
name,
Nikki
big
being
name.
from Jakarta. Like when they first reached out, what did that feel like to know that you're gonna have a music career, but with 88 specifically?
There's a funny story. I mean, we were all so.
At first, when we were like headhunted and we were scouted by our project manager,
Yeah.
we didn't know that she was from 88.
Ooh.
So they
Yeah.
only mentioned the words like, "Oh, would you like to be a part of a global girl group?"
Okay.
And that kind of scared us at first because it was like, who is this person?
Right.
Where are we going? Why are we
Yeah.
moving to?
It could be a scam. It could be a
Good
scam. There's a lot of
questions.
scammers
Who
out
wants to
there.
move
Good
us
ones
to
too.
all the way across the world.
Yeah.
So we
So
did our
we
research.
stalked her.
We stalked
and we
her.
found out that she works in
for
88
you.
and we were like, yes, yes,
Okay,
immediately.
yes, yeah.
Immediately.
That's not
Yeah.
sketchy at all.
All the comments on your videos, like people are so grateful that you're really spotlighting Indonesia, and it's gorgeous. And then
It's gorgeous. I try to tell y'all, look it. Indonesia, they put it in. We know Indonesians on the map. That's not what they're doing. But we see how beautiful Indonesia is. You know, now I was told they were in Bali. Obviously, that's a beautiful place. I'm sure there's other places that may not be as beautiful as Bali. But just the fact that they put it out there, and now I'm like, man, I want to go to Indonesia. I want to travel there. I want to know what their food is like, their culture is like. You feel me? What they do out there, what they're dancing is like. You know, is really dope that they're doing that for their country. And they're doing a great job at the same time. I love that they second guessed kind of this person, just like, hey, do you want to be part of the biggest global? You feel me? Because that's a really good pitch. You may get somebody with that, but they, as girls do, you feel me? They went in and start stalking and spying type stuff, and found out that this person was a part of 88 Rising, and they said yes immediately. I would say still, I don't have a good image of like labels. I haven't heard really any label like good things about labels. It's always like you don't really want to sign yourself to a label because they take a lot of your money, and a lot of your rights to like your music and stuff. And so I don't know 88 Rising personally. You feel me? I don't know much information about them and how good they are as a label, or I know they're big and global, but I am curious to know if they sat down together and still thought about it a little bit deeper instead of just hearing, oh, global, 88 Rising, oh, yes, let's do it. You feel me? Because you don't want to get locked into a contract that is no good, a contract that you kind of sign your life away, We hear a lot about that.
The fact that you're still using some phrases that are familiar to you that fans can learn is awesome.
That was super important to us, and we told Sean all about it, and he was all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some baddies in Indonesia, though.
I like this.
What other music plays in the house usually?
Oh, that's a good question, and I know you can answer that.
I'm the DJ.
She's the DJ.
She's the DJ.
I'm the
I
DJ.
feel like some old school
So,
R&B.
I think that kind of also translated to the music that we put out. We're very inspired by a lot of genres actually. We
Yeah.
go from 80s all the way to like current pop music,
Yeah.
pop, reggae, jazz, R&B. We all love R&B.
That was
We all love Victoria Monet. I think Flo is also like a current artist that we look up to. But like always
Jackson.
referencing back to like the classics, Janet Jackson,
Come on.
Diana Ross.
Come on, I knew it was
We
in
love
there.
TLC. We sang a couple SWV songs.
SWV.
So fun.
Early
Yeah.
2000s R&B is also like
We do everything.
Okay, so what's your version of like when Nikki opened for Taylor Swift in Jakarta? Like, what is your this would be the craziest thing that could happen to us moment?
Damn.
I mean, I think a dream came true for us that we're actually performing
For HITC.
As our first
in
performance
3
stage.
weeks.
Yeah, it's very soon.
Where they met is where they're performing for
That's
the first
already
time.
crazy for us.
Yeah.
I think that's
performance.
already
Yeah.
a dream come true, honestly.
Okay, so tell me about the name of this group. I know it's a word split in two. So tell me why that happened.
Nona basically means miss in Indonesia. Miss as in lady. That's the way we call
Each other.
So it's like Nona Christie,
Nona Violet.
Nona
Is it
Shaz,
formal?
and Nona Esther.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Kind of.
I think name was the hardest
Part
process
of all of this.
of everything.
There were like 200 plus names, I think.
Yeah.
Also, again-
not only that, but like when you think of a name, you're thinking of a brand. You know, you're not just thinking of making up a random name and just saying, let's just go with it. We're going to make it whatever it is anyways. No, you're thinking of your brand, something that is catchy, something that people can easily digest and understand, something that you can put on, you know, shirts and sell products and market, something that you can have other, you know, companies and sponsorship deals, you know, want to take your name and make something out of it, you know. So it's cool that they not only made it simple, you know, but also something they call each other anyways, you know. It's part of their language, and it means miss, you feel me, in Indonesia, which they are all ladies, so, you know, miss, you know, being polite, respectful, but they call each other that, and it's their brand and label. Like, I'm pretty sure it's probably easy to market a name like that, but I know it's probably the most difficult process because there's so many names out there, and you're like, man, you don't want to, it's gonna be your name forever. You can change it, but that is difficulties when it comes to trying to change a name, you know, because you got to change the brand, you know. So like, I know they probably went down a spiral of just so many names. She said 200 plus. Think about that, 200 plus names. You feel me? This ain't just like naming a child. You could name a child anything nowadays. People just naming child's, you know, special. You feel me? Like, you know, my king #2. You know, just anything. So it's like, it's cool that they just, you know, took out the time to do it. But also that name seemed like it was right in front of them the whole time, which is crazy.
I love that it is a word, you know, it's not an English word. Yeah, it's an Indonesian word, so you're also like teaching new fans maybe a little bit about where you come from, which I feel like, I guess one final question here is, why is that so important? You do it visually, you do it lyrically. Why is that so important to this group?
I think because we're Indonesians, we're all Indonesians, and we want to represent our country, especially to the world, where not a lot of people are familiar with everything about Indonesia.
Spanish familiar.
And we believe that there's so many things to offer from our country. Talent, and like diversity. Like, we're all Indonesian, but we look different. And then
I was gonna say that.
There's like 17,500 something islands in Indonesia, if you don't know.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Look, they look different. We got the one that is talking, she kind of look Indonesian, but also mixed with like a Chinese or so. Then we got the girl that's in the middle, you feel me, to the right of the girl that was talking. She looked Indonesian and black. I'm not gonna lie, she mixed with some sort of black, but also some sort of maybe Korean in her. And then the far right kind of looked Japanese, and the far left, she looked more Indonesian than the rest of them.
Yeah,
So we come from different tribes.
a lot of cultures, and like so many things that we can like introduce to the world from Indonesia itself.
So we're done eating, we're done cooking. So now what are we gonna do?
Thank you, chef.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for eating it.
We're gonna perform now.
They so Cali though. She said that so Cali, like a Cali girl.
We're gonna finish it and
dance.
What's going on? I'm Sean Miyashiro, CEO of 88 Rising. This is Nona.
I don't wanna say I saw it from a mile away, but I did. I knew it all along. I don't wanna come back just to feel like it was yesterday.
They doing this with a full plate of food in their stomach. Look at them, killing it. Super phenomenal video. I love watching them, getting to know them a little bit more, and just spending 24 hours with them. Like I said, the next time we do this, it's going to be 24 hours, probably in person, streaming, or we're going to have a video, YouTube video. That's my goal. That's my plan. In order to do that, continue to subscribe and just, you know, support them as well. They're phenomenal, coming out of Indonesia, sharing their, you know, their culture, giving us a little bit of what 88 Rising is about. They're the full package, beautiful women, and they, you know, just subscribe.